There's an ancient belief that cats choose their humans, not the other way around. The Egyptians knew this. They worshipped cats as guardians of the threshold between worlds, as beings who could see what humans could not, as creatures who walk between light and shadow with equal grace. Carl Jung understood this too. He said that the animals we are drawn to in our dreams, in our art, in our choices are not random. They are messengers from the unconscious, symbols of parts of ourselves we have not yet met, reflections of truths we carry but cannot speak. And cats have always been different. They are not like dogs who mirror our emotions back to us. Cats do not perform. They do not pretend. They simply are, independent, mysterious, choosing affection on their own terms, loving fiercely but never losing themselves in the process. And perhaps that is why they fascinate us. Because deep down, we wish we could be more like them, unapologetically ourselves, comfortable in our own mystery, unafraid of our own independence. Today I want to share something with you that most people never realize. The cat you are drawn to is not just a preference. It is not about which one is cutest or which one you will want as a pet. It is deeper than that. The cat that calls to your soul is showing you something. A part of yourself you have been hiding. A truth you have been carrying without words. A quality you possess but have learned to suppress. Carl Jung taught that we all wear masks. He called it the persona. The face we show the world. The version of ourselves we think is acceptable, lovable, safe. But beneath that mask is the real you, the shadow, the parts you have been taught to hide, the qualities you have learned to deny. And the cat you choose will reveal what you've been keeping in the shadows. There are 5 cats before you, each one different, each one carrying its own energy, its own message, its own truth. The orange tabby, warm and playful, the friend everyone loves. The black cat, mysterious and misunderstood, walking in shadows. The white Persian, elegant and refined, the picture of grace. The Siamese, vocal and honest, never afraid to speak. And the Calico, a beautiful contradiction, many colors in one soul. I want you to look at them, not with your mind but with your heart. Do not think about which one is most beautiful or most popular. Instead, ask yourself which one feels like me, which one feels like home, which one calls to something deep inside that I cannot name but can only feel. Take your time, breathe, and let your soul choose. Because the cat that speaks to you is not speaking to your conscious mind. It is speaking to your unconscious, to the part of you that knows the truth even when you try to hide it. This is not just a personality test. This is a journey into the hidden chambers of who you are, into the parts of yourself you have forgotten, into the qualities you possess but have learned to suppress because the world told you they were too much, or not enough, or wrong. So which cat chose you? Hold that answer, and let us discover what it means. If your soul was drawn to the orange tabby, the cat with a warm ginger coat and a playful spirit, then you have chosen a companion of joy, the bringer of light, the one who makes everyone smile simply by existing. Orange tabbies are known for their friendly, outgoing nature. They are the cats who greet strangers, who play until they collapse, who seem to carry sunshine in their fur. And if this is your cat, it means your soul carries that same warmth, that same desire to bring joy to the world, that same refusal to let life become too serious, too heavy, too dark. People love you. They are drawn to your energy. You are the one who lightens the mood, who makes people laugh, who can find humor even in difficult moments. You have a gift for making others feel comfortable, welcome, seen. When you enter a room, the energy shifts. People relax. They smile. They remember that life is not just about surviving. It is also about playing. Carl Jung spoke of archetypes, universal patterns that exist in all human psychology. And you carry the archetype of the trickster, not in a deceptive way, but in the way of the jester, the clown, the one who uses humor to reveal truth. You understand that laughter is not escape. It is medicine. It is resistance. It is a way of saying, I will not let the darkness win. But here is what you are hiding. Something most people never see, because you hide it so well behind your smile. You use humor as armor. You use playfulness as a shield. Because underneath all that warmth and lightness is a deep well of pain that you do not let anyone see. You learned early, perhaps in childhood, that your pain made people uncomfortable, that your sadness was too much, that your tears were a burden. And so you learned to be the happy one, the fun one, the one who never brings a mood down. You learn that your value comes from making others feel good. And so you bury your own hurt. You swallow your own tears. And you keep smiling even when your heart is breaking. This is your shadow. The part of you that Carl Jung said we must face if we are ever to become whole. You are not just light. You are also depth. You are not just playful. You are also profound. And the world needs to see all of you, not just the parts that are easy to love. Orange Tabby souls are exhausted. Exhausted from performing happiness. Exhausted from being everyone's sunshine when sometimes you just want to be allowed to rain. Exhausted from the unspoken rule that you must always be okay so that others can feel okay. But here is what I want you to know. Your pain does not make you less lovable. Your sadness does not make you a burden. Your tears do not diminish your light. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to have bad days. You are allowed to not be okay. And the people who truly love you will not abandon you when you stop performing. The orange tabby does not play all the time. It also rests. It also retreats. It also has moments of stillness. And you are allowed those moments too. You are allowed to take off the mask, to stop being the entertainer, to simply be a person who contains both joy and sorrow, light and shadow, laughter and tears. If you chose the orange tabby, you are a soul who brings light to the world. But you must also learn to receive light, to let others care for you, to stop believing that your only value is in making others happy. You are valuable simply because you exist, not because of what you do for others, but because of who you are. If your soul was drawn to the black cat, the feline wrapped in midnight fur and ancient mystery, then you have chosen the most misunderstood of all, the one feared and revered in equal measure, the one who walks in shadows and sees what others cannot. Black cats have been feared for centuries, symbols of bad luck, omens of darkness, companions of witches and outcasts. And yet, those who truly know them understand that black cats are loyal, intuitive, deeply intelligent. They simply do not reveal themselves to everyone. They choose carefully who gets to see their heart. And if this is your cat, it means you too have been misunderstood. You too have been feared or judged simply for being who you are. You carry a depth that makes people uncomfortable, a mystery that they cannot solve, an intensity that they do not know how to hold. Carl Jung spent much of his life studying the shadow, the parts of ourselves we reject and hide. The qualities we've been taught are unacceptable, and black cat souls live in that shadow, not because you are dark or evil or wrong, but because you understand that wholeness requires us to embrace all of ourselves, the light and the dark, the acceptable and the forbidden, the surface and the depths. You are not afraid of difficult emotions. You are not afraid of uncomfortable truths. You are not afraid to look at the parts of life that others turn away from. Death, loss, pain, darkness. You do not run from these things. You sit with them. You honor them. You understand that they are part of the human experience. People are drawn to you but also intimidated by you. They sense that you see through them, that you can perceive what they try to hide, that you understand their shadows even when they do not. And this makes them uncomfortable, because most people spend their lives running from their own darkness, and you are a mirror that reflects it back. But here is what you are hiding, something even you may not fully see. You are lonely, deeply, profoundly lonely, not because you are alone, though sometimes that is true, but because living in depth while everyone else lives on the surface is isolating. You speak a language most people do not understand. You see things most people refuse to see. And finding someone who can meet you in your depths feels impossible. This is your shadow. You have begun to believe that your depth is a curse, that your intensity is too much, that you will never find people who can love all of you, shadows included. And so you withdraw further. You build walls. You let people see only glimpses of who you truly are, because showing them everything has always led to rejection. But here is what Carl Jung discovered. The shadow is not the enemy. It is the key. The parts of ourselves we hide in the dark are where our greatest power lives. Your depth is not a flaw. It is your gift. Your ability to see what others cannot is not a burden. It is wisdom. Your willingness to embrace the full spectrum of human experience, the light and the dark, is rare and sacred. Black cat souls are teachers. You show others that darkness is not something to fear. That shadow is not the same as evil. That we can be whole without being perfect. That mystery is not the same as danger. But before you can teach others, you must first believe this yourself. You are not too much. You are not too intense. You are not too deep. You are exactly as you should be. And there are people in this world who are searching for someone like you. Someone who will not run from their darkness. Someone who can sit in the shadows without fear. Someone who understands that true intimacy requires seeing and being seen, completely and without pretense. If you chose the black cat, you are a soul who walks between worlds, who understand that light exists because of darkness, who knows that the most beautiful things often grow in the shadows, and the world needs you, even when it fears you, especially when it fears you. If your soul was drawn to the white Persian, the cat with fur like clouds and eyes like jewels, then you have chosen an embodiment of elegance, of grace, of refined beauty that takes effort to maintain, but appears effortless to the world. White Persians are known for their long, luxurious coats that require constant care, their regal bearing, their preference for calm, clean, beautiful environments. They are not the cats who play in the dirt or hunt in the wild. They are the cats who sit in windows like living art. And if this is your cat, it means you too have created a life of beauty, of order, of carefully maintained grace. People see you as put together, elegant, refined. You have taste. You have style. You move through the world with a certain poise that others admire. Your home is beautiful. Your appearance is polished. Your life looks, from the outside, like a work of art, and you have worked hard to make it that way. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, the mask we wear for the world, the carefully constructed identity we present to make ourselves acceptable, admirable, worthy of love. And white Persian souls are masters of the persona. You know how to present yourself, how to curate your image, how to maintain the appearance of grace, even when everything inside you is chaos. But here is what you are hiding. Something you would never let anyone see. You are exhausted, bone deep, soul tired exhausted, because maintaining beauty, maintaining grace, maintaining the image of perfection takes constant effort. And you can never let the mask slip. You can never let anyone see the mess beneath the surface. You can never let anyone know how much energy it takes to appear effortless. This is your shadow. Behind the elegant exterior is a human being who is tired of performing, tired of maintaining, tired of being the beautiful object that everyone admires but no one truly knows. You want someone to see you without your makeup, without your carefully chosen clothes, without your polished image. But you are terrified that if anyone sees the real you, the messy you, the imperfect you, they will be disappointed. White Persian souls carry a deep fear, the fear that your value lies in your beauty, in your presentation, in your ability to maintain the image, and that if you let that slip, if you show your flaws, if you admit that you are tired and imperfect and sometimes barely holding it together, no one will love you anymore. But here is the truth Carl Jung discovered. The persona is necessary. We all need it to function in the world. But it is not who we are. It is what we wear. And if we identify too much with the mask, we lose touch with the face beneath it. We forget that we are not the image. We are the soul. And souls are not meant to be perfect. They are meant to be real. You are more than your appearance. You are more than your carefully curated life. You are more than the grace and elegance you show the world. Beneath all of that is a person who is tired, who is messy, who is imperfect, who is human, and that person deserves to be loved too, not despite the imperfections, but with them, as part of the whole. White Persian souls need permission. Permission to rest. Permission to stop performing. Permission to let the house be messy, the hair be undone, the image be less than perfect, because you are not a work of art to be admired. You are a human being to be known. And being known requires being seen. All of you, not just the beautiful parts. If you chose the white Persian, you are a soul who has created beauty in a chaotic world, who understand the power of grace and refinement. But you must also learn that you are not required to be beautiful all the time. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to take off the mask and rest. And the people who truly love you will not be disappointed. They will be honored that you finally let them see the real you. If your soul was drawn to the Siamese, the cat with piercing blue eyes and a voice that demands to be heard, then you have chosen the truth teller, the one who speaks even when silence would be easier, the one who refuses to hide. Siamese cats are known for being vocal. They do not suffer in silence. They tell you when they are hungry, when they are unhappy, when they want attention. They do not wait to be noticed. They make themselves known. And if this is your cat, it means you too carry this quality. This refusal to be quiet. This need to speak your truth, even when it makes others uncomfortable. People describe you as direct, honest, sometimes too honest. You say what others are thinking but are too afraid to voice. You call out injustice. You speak up when something is wrong. You do not play games or hide behind politeness when the truth needs to be said. And this makes you powerful. It also makes you difficult for some people to handle. Carl Jung spoke of the animus, the masculine principle within the feminine psyche. Not masculine in terms of gender, but masculine in terms of energy, assertive, direct, truth-seeking. And Siamese souls carry strong animus energy. You do not apologize for taking up space. You do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You speak, and you expect to be heard. But here is what you are hiding, what you have been carrying your entire life. You've been told, over and over, in 1,000 different ways, that you are too much, too loud, too opinionated, too intense, too direct, and you have internalized a message that there is something wrong with you for being who you are. This is your shadow. The internalized voice that says you should be quieter, softer, more agreeable, more polite. The voice that tells you that your truth-telling is not wisdom, it is aggression, that your directness is not strength, it is rudeness, that your voice is not valuable, it is annoying. Siamese souls grow up feeling like they have to choose. Either speak your truth and be rejected, or silence yourself and be accepted, and both options feel like death, because being rejected for who you are is painful, but silencing yourself to be accepted is a betrayal of your soul. And so you live in a constant tension. You speak anyway, because you cannot help it, but you carry shame about it. You tell the truth, but you wonder if you should have stayed quiet. You take up space, but you feel guilty about it. And slowly, over time, your own voice starts to feel like a burden instead of a gift. But here is what Carl Jung discovered. The qualities we are taught to suppress are often the qualities the world needs most. And your voice, your directness, your refusal to hide the truth is desperately needed. We live in a world where people hide behind politeness, where truth is softened and diluted until it loses all meaning, where women especially are taught to be agreeable, pleasant, non-threatening. And then you come along, speaking clearly, naming what others will not name, refusing to play the game. And yes, it makes people uncomfortable, but discomfort is not the same as harm. And sometimes people need to be uncomfortable. Sometimes the truth is more important than comfort. Siamese souls are prophets. You see what is wrong and you say it. You call people to accountability. You refuse to let injustice hide behind pleasant words and polite silence. But the cost of this gift is loneliness, because people do not always want to hear the truth, and they often punish the messenger. But here is what you must remember. Your voice is not the problem. The world's discomfort with truth is the problem. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. And the right people, the people who value honesty over comfort, who value truth over politeness, will not ask you to quiet down. They will thank you for speaking up. If you chose a Siamese, you are a soul who refuses to be silenced, who speaks even when your voice shakes, who tells the truth even when it costs you. And the world needs you, even when it tells you to be quiet, especially when it tells you to be quiet. If your soul was drawn to the Calico, the cat painted in patches of orange, black, and white, the beautiful contradiction, then you have chosen the most complex of all, the cat that defies simple categories, the one that is many things at once. Calico cats are almost always female, a quirk of genetics that makes them rare and unique. And they are known for their complexity, their shifting moods, their multifaceted personalities. One moment independent, the next affectionate. One moment playful, the next contemplative. They are not one thing. They are everything. And if this is your cat, it means you too contain multitudes. People struggle to define you. They try to put you in a box, and you do not fit. They think they understand you, and then you surprise them. You are both strong and soft, both independent and connected, both serious and playful, both light and dark. You are not a simple person. You are a living paradox. Carl Jung spoke of the self with a capital S, not the ego, not the persona, but the totality of who we are, the conscious and the unconscious, the light and the shadow, the masculine and the feminine, all of it integrated into wholeness. And Calico souls are walking representations of the self. You are the integration of opposites, the reconciliation of contradictions, the proof that we do not have to be one thing. But here is what you are hiding, what you carry in silence. You do not know which version of yourself is real. You contain so many different energies, so many different moods, so many different selves, that you sometimes wonder if there's a core you at all, or if you are just a collection of contradictions with no center. This is your shadow. The fear that your complexity is not richness, it is confusion, that your multifaceted nature is not a gift, it is instability, that you are not integrated, you are fragmented, and so you try to be more consistent, more predictable, more understandable, but the effort exhausts you, because you are trying to be one color when you are three. Calico souls often feel misunderstood. People expect you to be the same person today that you were yesterday. They're confused when your mood shifts, when your interests change, when you show a side of yourself they have not seen before. And so you start to hide parts of yourself. You show the independent side, the people who value strength. You show the soft side to people who value gentleness. You become a chameleon, showing people what they expect to see instead of the full truth of who you are. But here is what Carl Jung taught. Wholeness is not about being one thing. It is about integrating all the things. You do not have to choose between being strong and being soft. You can be both. You do not have to choose between being independent and being connected. You can be both. You do not have to simplify yourself to make yourself understandable. You can be complex and still be whole. The Calico cat does not apologize for its patches. It does not try to be only orange or only black or only white. It is all three, and it is beautiful because of it, not despite it. And you too are beautiful in your complexity, in your contradictions, in your refusal to be one simple thing. Calico souls are reminders that human beings are not meant to fit in boxes, that we contain multitudes, that we can be many things at once and still be whole. But you must first believe this yourself. You must stop trying to make yourself simpler, more consistent, more understandable. You must embrace the full spectrum of who you are. And yes, some people will not understand. Some people need everyone to fit in neat categories. But those are not your people. Your people are the ones who can hold complexity, who can see all your colors and not ask you to choose just one, who can love all the versions of you because they understand that all those versions are part of the same beautiful whole. If you chose the Calico, you are a soul who contains multitudes, who is both and never either or, who proves that integration is not about becoming one thing. It is about honoring all things. And the world needs you because you show us that we do not have to diminish ourselves to be understood. We can be vast and complex and contradictory and still be whole. 5 cats, 5 different souls, 5 different truths about who you are and what you've been hiding. If you chose the orange tabby, you are light and warmth. But beneath that joy is pain you do not let anyone see. Your journey is learning that you do not have to perform happiness to be loved. If you chose the black cat, you are depth and mystery, walking in shadows while others stay in the light. Your journey is learning that your intensity is not too much. It is exactly right for those who are ready to go deep. If you chose the white Persian, you are grace and elegance, but beneath that beauty is exhaustion from maintaining the mask. Your journey is learning that you are lovable even without the polish, even in your mess, even when you are tired. If you chose the Siamese, you are voice and truth, speaking even when silence would be easier. Your journey is learning that your directness is not a flaw. It is a gift the world desperately needs, even when it pretends not to. If you chose the Calico, you are complexity and wholeness, many colors in one soul. Your journey is learning that you do not have to simplify yourself to be understood, that your contradictions are your beauty. Carl Jung taught that the journey toward wholeness requires us to face what we have been hiding, to integrate the shadow, to honor all parts of ourselves, not just the acceptable ones. And the cat you chose today has shown you what you've been hiding, what part of yourself you have learned to suppress because the world told you it was wrong. But it is not wrong. It is you, and you deserve to be all of who you are, not just the parts that make others comfortable, not just the parts that are easy to love. All of it, the light and the shadow, the acceptable and the rejected, the mask and the face beneath it. Cats do not apologize for being cats. They do not try to be dogs to make their humans happy. They simply are, fully, completely, unapologetically themselves. And that is what they are teaching you, that you too can simply be, that you too can take up space without apology, that you too can be fully yourself and trust that the right people will love you for it, not despite it. So whatever cat you chose, honor it. Thank it for showing you what you needed to see. And then do the work of integration, the work of self-acceptance, the work of becoming whole. Because you are not meant to live a half-life. You are not meant to hide the best parts of yourself. You are meant to be seen. All of you. Now I want to hear from you. Which cat chose you? Did this resonate with what you've been hiding? Did it name something you've been carrying without words? Share your answer in the comments below. Tell me your cat. Tell me if it surprised you. Tell me what you are ready to stop hiding. If this video moved you, if it helped you see yourself more clearly, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Your support allows me to continue exploring Carl Jung's wisdom, the mysteries of the unconscious, and the truths that live in symbols and stories. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage. Because choosing to see yourself clearly, shadows and all, takes courage. And you have that courage. You proved it by watching this video all the way to the end. Remember, you are not just one thing. You are complex and beautiful and worthy of being seen in your fullness. The cat you chose is showing you what you have been hiding. Now it is time to bring it into the light. Not because the shadow is bad, but because wholeness requires all of you. Light and dark, acceptable and rejected, mask and truth. You deserve to be whole. And the world deserves to see the real you. All of it.